I'm back. I'm back. Calm down. Take a breath. Everything's gonna be okay. Nothing's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Absolutely nothing is gonna work out. The universe is gonna work out. Happiness is elusive. Happiness is in your hands. I suddenly remembered I had a YouTube channel, so I decided to pay you guys a visit. I moved all my dining room chairs over here so I could sweep and mop over there, and then I'm gonna move it back, the great ping pong of life. I have no plan for this video. I do have a plan, but it's not a good one, and it's not succinct. And it's vague, and it's basically just one thought. And the thought is that reading is the closest thing that we have to being inside of somebody else. I've had this thought for a long time, and I've been wanting to make a video about it, but I always want things, and I think about things, and I plan things, and if I could, I'd do this, and I want to do this, and I want to draw this, and I want to da 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 da. And then, 9 months passed, and what have you done? I'm taking control of my life in different ways. I'm losing weight. I'm at the height of my reading, I was reading a lot. 60 plus books a year. I'm nowhere near that this year. I think I've read 13 books this year, maybe 14. I have to look. Which is a lot for like the average person, I would say. I think we all need to go in between cycles of consuming and creating, because you can't just always be doing one thing. You need inspiration, and you also need to produce. I started writing a novel. That is part of my production. I lost steam, but I started it. I've been drawing lately, which is kind of a lie. I draw. I like drawing a lot. I like art a lot. This lighting is not doing it justice. She is mortally wounded. I have been doing a lot of stuff trying to align myself with the universe in the least and most mystic way possible. I'm not a true mystic. I'm only mystic adjacent. I'm reading the Bible a lot right now, and that's part of my personal study. It's like a personal thing, and that takes a lot of my reading energy. But for me, reading secularly and reading the Bible are kind of just very separate for me, even though I do love reading. So they kind of overlap, obviously, because they're both reading. But when I'm reading the Bible, I'm really studying it. I'm not just reading it as I would a novel, which is, I feel like, a little easier and a little quicker. I'm studying the Bible. I'm reading reference books adjacent with it. So I just got, a couple weeks ago, the complete works of Josephus. And I'm also reading another one about women's rights in the Old Testament. So I'm kind of just bouncing between those three. I also have an archaeology Bible, which is really cool. I could show you guys all this another day, but when I was really struggling mentally years and years ago, I was very, very suicidal, and I was pretty sure I was gonna kill myself. I was just kind of deciding when exactly I was gonna do it. One night I decided to write a list that, hypothetically, if I don't do this thing, if I don't kill myself, what is in my life? What is in this universe that I want to potentially stick around for? Or things that had a lot of pull for me. And I put 3 things on this list. 3. One of them was legitimately books. I wrote books on this list. And what I ended up doing that night was rewriting this list of 3 things over and over and over and over and over again, spanning pages of my journal. I just wrote the list over and over and over and over and over and over. I just wanted to tell you guys that because I wanted to prove that I'm not a poser when it comes to literary desire. It's true. It is within me. It's for real. Also, at the height of me feeling disconnected from the world in general, I would feel this deep misstep, this deep something that I did not truly know other people and they did not truly know me. And this bothered me deeply because I wanted to know what is inside you, what is inside me. And I felt like, I still feel like, we should all know this about each other. Something I value very highly in like any friendship I have, even with acquaintances, is like emotional intimacy. And I like reading about dark things that feel private. I think that's why I like Pessoa so much, because it really did feel like so many of his thoughts, which were, gathered in this, published mostly after he died, were like written for him by him alone in his room. And I got privy to this thing that was so precious and so private. And reading is, one, a solitary activity, meaning you do it by yourself for the most part. And two, it's a solitary activity when you consume it. And it's also mostly a solitary activity when you create it. So when I have a book, no matter what it is, and I'm saying this even in defense of like bad books that I didn't like, books I think have bad writing, books that have bad plot, books I don't connect with, get off the counter. You know what? No, let him be on the counter. It's okay. It's okay. The world's ending. He can walk on the counter. Right, Mordecai? His name's Mordecai. Right, Mordecai? My German Shepherd's right here. Oh, do you see him? So back I was saying, like, it's something you consume solitarily. It's something you create solitarily. It feels so precious to me to hold a book and to know that somebody sat alone in a room and produced it. And what came out, was the physical manifestation of something that didn't exist in the physical world before they completed this act. It was something inside of them. And even if that's a badly written book, it's still, the source is still the soul. The source is somebody's soul. No. My favorite necklace just broke. I don't know. And the fact that it came from someone's soul, and then their soul came from God. They got a soul from God, and then their soul came into the earth, and then their soul learned things and gained cognitive ability. It produced desire. It entered like the literary sphere, which is so, what a web. And then their soul sat alone in a room somewhere in time, somewhere in space, and expressed externally characters, symbols, legible symbols to convey thoughts. And then I took this and I, somewhere in space, somewhere in time, through osmosis, absorbed what another soul did on their own and on my own, it produces in me something I can't explain. I cannot explain. I love it. I love it. There's nothing that quite tastes like reading to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing. This is going to be a very short video about nothing, clearly. But I just wanted to say that. I wanted to say that I'm going to make some videos. I'll wrap up what I read this year, even though I didn't read much compared to other years. But who cares? Who cares? Anyway, from the ether, from my ether to your ether, from my soul to your soul. You're somewhere in the universe, maybe watching this, maybe seeing this, absorbing my words through osmosis, as we do with authors. Some of them dead, some of them not even alive anymore, but still able to speak to us. I'll see you guys later with I think I'm gonna do my favorite books of all time video, finally. After all these years of having this little defunct channel. But as always, happy reading, losers. Everything is gonna be okay.